Why is it frowned upon to have sexual relationships with step-siblings? It challenges the newly married parents' view of the family structure, which is somewhat contrived as it is. It can definitely make things weird in the house. My step-brother and I went on a few dates. Not as step-siblings, it was before our parents ever met. While nothing got further than a little heavy petting between us before we broke things off, a year later when our parents got married and we all moved in together, things were a bit awkward. I can't even imagine what it would have been like had we actually had sex. Well, the family dynamic changes a lot, and the risk of breakup opens up a whole new kind of family drama. But about the what's so weird about? Weird is subjective. If it's two consenting adults of sound mind, I am okay with it. But there are always people who will find your preferences weird. Probably similar to the taboo over having sex with an adopted sibling. It's only weird if you make it weird. I remember a post where a couple had been dating for years, got engaged, and in the last month or two before their wedding, their parents met, hooked up, and had a quickie wedding, making them officially step-siblings. And people then started saying their relationship was wrong. Edit. Here's the one I mean, HTTPS. Hear me out, we all knew what your argument was going to be, lol. You are not a radical thinker. It's just problematic to the family structure. It would be really awkward forever. So you bang for a year or two, then you go your separate way and you get married. How is your wife going to feel about seeing your sister with benefits at family functions? If the step-sibling couple breaks up while their parents don't, it will be really hard to live with an ex as a family member. If my mom marries a guy when I am 20 who has an adult daughter, is he my stepdad or my mother's partner? And is the daughter my stepsister or the child of my mother's partner? Would you really label these connections as family when you are adult? He isn't that much dad, is he? I know a guy who married his stepsister. We affectionately called her his Wister. They had kids and eventually divorced. Their respective parents are still married, meaning he has to see his stepsister ex-wife at Christmas and every family gathering. Their kids were relentlessly bullied. The divorce caused a ton of family strife, and they are both miserable in each other's company. But through familial obligations, they have to regularly be in each other's company for extended periods of time. It just really fucks with family dynamics and adds a layer of social stress that's unnecessary. Stop trying to have sex with your stepsister. Were you growing up with them? Known each other since kids? That's weird, but hey man, you wanna make it to the front page like a Pornhub headline, you do what you gotta do. Bro lives in Pornhub. I agree with you, it depends what kind of step-siblings. If you grew up together, it's weird. Also, consent is very hard to establish due to the complex nature of a sibling relationship. In short, family is more than just blood. If you become step-siblings in adolescence or adulthood, it's different. Fact is, if you stick two teenagers in close contact with each other for a prolonged period of time, you have to accept that they may have sex. That's just nature. And I wouldn't shame someone for that, although I advise against it. Nothing wrong with it if they met as adults. But if they spent any time as children in a familial situation while their parents were together, it does enter into a possible unhealthy, creepy dynamic. I don't think it would be considered incest in most places if you never lived in the same home while one or both of you were under 18. The laws probably vary from place to place. If everyone met as independent adults, then I guess it's fine. Might be super awkward at the first couple of family events, though. I have a nephew who married the step-cousin he knew from the time he was 3. His stepdad is her mother's brother. It's worked out wonderfully for like 10 years now. Who frowns upon it? If you're adults, have fun but be safe. Cause you should feel safe in your home, and not worried a family member that is not your, so is sizing you up sexually. It isn't just step-siblings but in-laws, adopted siblings, extended family, etc. No idea, I see nothing wrong with it. A lot of people think it's gross and act like it's a biological sibling. I just think it's weird. There's billions of people in the world. Why a step-sibling of any kind?